Welcome back. Today I'm really excited because we're going to look at 6 different 30 caliber magnums. We're going to have a 30 caliber magnum showdown, and at the end of the video I'm going to pick the winner of the 30 caliber. The 300 Winchester Magnum. Let's go ahead and look at some of the data. Let's see why it was made and when it was made. So it was made in 1963. The parent case to the 300 Winchester Magnum was originally the 375 H&H, but really it was the 338 Winchester Magnum. It's basically almost the same casing, but the 300 Winchester Magnum is a bit longer, just barely. Okay, why did Winchester make a 300 Winchester Magnum? Really, it was just to compete with the 300 Weatherby. So let's go ahead now and look at some of the data that I've collected. A lot of it is solid facts, and some of these are just my ratings of the caliber, so keep that in mind. Okay, this is again the most popular Magnum you can get, and so there is a very wide range of rifles you can get these in, all the way down to $350 rifles. And because it's so popular, the ammo is also by far the cheapest. Averaged around, you're going to find ammo for around $40. The availability, as long as you're not in a pandemic, is actually quite good for the 300 Win Mag. And so let's go ahead and look at the velocity. All of these are going to be 180 grain bullets, but it's going 3,100 feet per second. Efficiency, this is where I'm going to kind of go into my little rating, so you could agree or disagree with my ratings. Efficiency, I give it about a 5 out of a 10. It's not bad, but it's not really great either. So they're all magnums, so none of them are going to be amazing. Accuracy, it's a 10 out of 10. The gun shoots well. The military uses it. You'll be very happy with the accuracy of this round. Now, if you're into reloading, which I highly recommend, this is an estimate of what it would cost to reload with a Barnes bullet, which is $1.43. And then the barrel life, this kind of surprised me. It's a little less than I thought it would be, but it's what I found on the internet, so it could be true or not, but around 1,200 rounds. Let's now look at the new 300 PRC. It is the newest caliber that we have in this competition that I've created. It was made in 2018. The parent case is the 375 Ruger, which is also a new cartridge. And the reason that to make a great match rifle that you could also hunt with. And so it was really inspired by the 6.5 PRC and the 6.5 Creedmoor. So you can seat these bullets out really far, and the chambering basically allows you to do that, and the magazine, so you don't have to single feed them like other calibers. So the rifle cost is relatively pretty good, especially with how new this rifle is. The cheapest I could find it before was about $600. The ammo is also relatively cheap. It's $49. And then, so the availability is what kind of brings this one back. It's been months and months and months since I've actually seen ammo on the shelves for this gun. So it kind of holds it back because it's kind of newer. Velocity, it is a bit faster than the 300 Win Mag. It's 180 grain bullet. It's going to be going 3,200 feet per second. So the casing is actually smaller, just barely, than the 300 Win Mag, so it does have a little bit better efficiency. Accuracy, this gun was made to compete in long range, and so it's a very accurate round. And then it is going to cost it's the exact same cost with reloading. And since it is a more efficient cartridge, your barrel life is going to be around 1,500 rounds. The next contestant in this challenge is the 30 Nosler. It is also pretty darn new. It was created in 2016. The parent case is actually a 300 Remington Ultra Mag. and it's just shortened. So why was it created? Well, the 26 and 28 Nosler were so popular that Nosler decided to make their own 30 caliber version as well. Okay, so let's look at rifles. So in my findings, I could not find a 30 Nosler for under $1,800. So that is a little disappointing. The ammo cost is also a bit more than the others. And the ammo availability is a little hard to find. But I was ironically able to find some today, but only one box. So the real things that are holding back this 30 Nosler is the rifle cost, and the ammo is expensive and hard to find. Velocity, it's going to be 3,200 feet per second for a 180 grain bullet. Efficiency, it is by far the most efficient Magnum cartridge in this contest. It's almost the same size as a 30-06 casing, so the same length, but it is producing faster velocities than a 300 Win Mag. So it is pretty cool. Accuracy, it's going to get a 10 out of 10 again. It's going to be a very accurate round. Reloading cost, it's going to be a little bit more. And then the barrel life, I really couldn't find anything, but from what people have told me is that it's an efficient round, so you should be able to get a decent life out of the barrel. This is the oldest Magnum that we're reviewing today. It was created in 1945. The parent case is the 375 H&H Magnum. And the reason was Roy Weatherby was wanting a much faster version of a 30-06. So he went out to Africa and tested his 300 Weatherby on African game, and it did very well. And so the Weatherby Magnum is a great round. Let's go ahead and look at the rifle cost. It's pretty good. However, you are limited. You will only find 300 Weatherby in a Weatherby rifle. So they're only offered in the Weatherby Vanguard or the Weatherby Mark V. So that's kind of sad, but Weatherby does offer a budget rifle in the Vanguard. Ammo costs, it's going to be expensive. Your more expensive ammo is going to be up towards $80, but averaging out, you're going to find around $65. Availability, you're always going to find ammo for the 300 Weatherby. So it's popular enough that you're going to find it. Velocity, it tops out at 3,250 feet per second with a 180 grain bullet. So it's a fast one. Efficiency, it's probably around the same as a 300 Win Mag. It's a really long case. It's 2.825 inches long. It's not bad, but not great either. Accuracy, I'm going to give this a 10. I might be a little biased because I like Weatherby, but you're definitely going to get under an inch group. In fact, Weatherby guarantees it. Okay, reloading costs. It's a tiny bit more expensive than a 300 Win Mag just because it has a tiny bit bigger case. And barrel life. From what I was reading online, people were saying around 1,500 rounds, which is pretty good. Remington created this cartridge in 1999. The parent case is the 404 Jeffrey round. The reason they created this was they wanted to compete with the 300 Weatherby and the 300 Win Mag. And it is a great round. The cost is relatively pretty low. You can get them in Remington 700s, and they're around $700. You might be able to find one under $700 on a good deal. So it's decent. Ammo is also extremely expensive, so if you're going to get a Remington Ultra Mag, I would recommend reloading. The availability, though, I've always been able to find Remington Magnum at the stores. Velocity, this thing is is a burner. You're getting 3,300 feet per second out of a 180 grain bullet if you're reloading. Efficiency. This thing is not efficient at all. Accuracy, it's an accurate round. The cost, it's going to be just a little bit more just because it's going to have a lot more powder. And then it's, I don't know if you could say it's a barrel burner, but yeah, the barrel life's not as good. Finally, let's talk about the fastest 30 caliber Magnum available. And of course, it's a Weatherby. It's the 30-378 Weatherby Magnum. This was released in 1996. It was originally a Wildcat cartridge. I believe they started experimenting with it in the 50s. But Roy's son Ed Weatherby released it in 1996. Of course, they already had the fastest 30 caliber Magnum in the 300 Weatherby, but they decided to up it. So, what's the reasoning? Well, it's Weatherby. They like to make fast cartridges, and it is a very fast cartridge. Okay, so the rifle cost. It is only offered in the Mark V, so the lowest you're going to find it for is around $1,500. If you're going to buy this ammo, well, I recommend you don't, as it is really expensive. 110 bucks is about the cheapest you'll find. So if you want this caliber, I would recommend reloading it because you'll get faster speeds and it'll be a lot cheaper to reload. Availability, it's there. You don't have a lot of options, but I've always been able to find the 30-378 Weatherby. All right. Velocity. So shooting a 180 grain bullet, this thing's going to go over 3,400 feet per second. Efficiency. This thing is not efficient at all. Now it's the 378 Weatherby case, and I think it has a third more powder than the Weatherby, 300 Weatherby, and it's only going 200 feet per second faster, so it is not efficient by any means. It is a very accurate cartridge. It is very good for long-range shooting. Reloading cost is just going to be a little bit more just because of how big this case is. And then I would say this is a barrel burner. Just it's an overboard cartridge, and you're going to get around 800 rounds. But it is the king of speed for 30 caliber. As promised, I'm going to pick the winner. So the winner is the 300 Winchester Magnum. The reasons it won is because you have all sorts of selection on rifles. You can get your budget rifle that's $350, or you can spend thousands of dollars on a precision rifle. The ammo is also the cheapest, so if you're not a reloader, you can find good ammo that's going to be under $50. And lastly, it's just a great all-around cartridge. So, and that's basically why it won. Thanks for watching.